What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another It's Movie review. Sorry about that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be reviewing the highly anticipated It Chapter 2, directed once again by Andy Muschietti, who directed It Chapter 1, 2017. And here we have the adult versions of the Losers Club, including James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, etc., etc., and of course, Bill Skarsgård back as Pennywise. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. It Chapter 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to It 2017, and 27 years later, the Losers Club reunite once again after the promise they made at the end of the first film that if Pennywise wasn't dead, they would all come back together 27 years later as adults. Bill, Beverly, Mike, Ben, Richie, Stan, and Eddie all have to team up together once again to stop Pennywise and kill him once and for all. Now, to say I was excited for It Chapter 2 is the biggest understatement in the world, because I was surprised with the first It film from 2017. That was a remake of the 1990 miniseries based off of Stephen King's iconic long novel. I thought it was a great coming-of-age film, as well as a great horror element vibes, but it wasn't the scariest film in the world, but I was creeped out by Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. And so, the announcement of It Chapter 2, I knew it was coming out. They were going to come back as adults to stop Pennywise. The cast they got assembled, freaking James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed It Chapter 2. It was a decent sequel to the first film. And I did say decent because I was a little disappointed with this film all around. It's not better than the first film. It's not as good as the first film all around, but it's not awful. Not an awful sequel at all. It's just very disappointing with some aspects that could have been great, but there was just a lot of problems with this film, but I did enjoy it. All the performances this cast gives. The adult Losers Club is better than the 1990 miniseries adult cast. Just forget that cast even exists. James McAvoy plays adult Bill, and James McAvoy as always is great. And he's great as adult Bill, has that stutter just like Bill has. And McAvoy did bring a lot of emotional range to the character, and I was really impressed with his performance. Jessica Chastain as adult Beverly is like the perfect choice, because Jessica Chastain has worked with Andy Muschietti before with Mama, and this was meant to be. She's still that very nervous Beverly, but she's really come to her own. Isaiah Mustafa was really good as adult Mike. I really liked that he could just forget about the Old Spice commercials and play an adult Mike. And Jay Ryan was really good as adult Ben. I really enjoyed his performance. Ben was the fat kid, as he was called, and now he's a muscle, good-looking guy. But I gotta say, my two favorite cast members in the Adult Losers Club is James Ransone as adult Eddie and Bill Hader as adult Richie. I gotta say, Bill Hader was the best part about this whole entire film. He was the best choice for adult Richie. He had the best lines, the best jokes, and the best emotion. He had the most emotion out of all of them. And of course, Bill Skarsgård is excellent as always as Pennywise. My favorite Pennywise all around. We'll get to more Pennywise in the negatives, but Bill Skarsgård, when he was on screen, was that creepy Pennywise. I love all the shots in this movie. Some really creepy shots all around. At the carnival, that little maze that James McAvoy as Bill was in, that was one of the best shot scenes in the film with Pennywise. And some creepy scares, how they were shot, were all set up really well. I love a lot of the slow moments of character building. That's what I loved about It Chapter 1, 2017. That film was a coming-of-age story about the kids in the Losers Club and their just friendship all around. You really buy them as friends. They help each other out. They're not negative towards each other at all. When their parents and other kids, like Henry Bowers, are bringing them down, they always find a way to bring themselves back together and work stronger to destroy any evil that comes in their way. And that's what It Chapter 2 does really well. The characters, the Losers Club, the Adult Losers Club, all of them, you buy their friendship, you buy their chemistry. and you want to see them succeed. And that's the best part about it, Chapter 2, is all the scenes with them just interacting. The scares in this movie, I would say, is my biggest negative with this movie, in that the film was leading it up to be like it could be scarier than the first film. Like Andy Muschietti said, bring your adult diapers, and unfortunately, I was not scared by this movie as much as I was with the first film. And that's coming off the fact that if you saw the 1990 miniseries, and some things that happen in that do get carried over into here, but there are new things in it from the novel and stuff like that. But I was disappointed by how predictable some of these scares are. And also, I gotta say, the runtime is another negative in this movie. This movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes long. Man, it does not need to be that long. It should have cut at least 30 to 35 minutes of the runtime. Some certain scenes involving some type of thing was added in here to extend the runtime. The opening scene as well was very gruesome and violent, that it didn't really have any need to be there. Something that the 1990 miniseries did horribly wrong was the lack of Pennywise in the adult version. Oh man, this movie had a lack of Pennywise, and it had the same issue as that 1990 miniseries. He's in it more in the 2017 film, and in here he's in it for like 15 to 20 minutes, but still, I guess the performance is better than in the 1990 one, but again, he's just not in it enough to make me afraid. In the end, guys, It Chapter 2, I really enjoyed a lot of aspects about the sequel. I didn't hate it at all. Maybe if I rewatch it, I'll enjoy it a lot more, but it is a solid sequel. The first one is way better. Bill Hader was fantastic, and all the other members of the Losers Club were great. Can't wait to see this one again, and overall, definitely go check it out. So on my rating scale, I'm going to give It Chapter 2 a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this movie all around, but I was a little disappointed with some aspects. There you have it, guys. That was my spoiler-free thoughts on It Chapter 2. So what did you guys think of It Chapter 2? Did you guys absolutely love it? Did you think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let's talk about it down below in the comments section. Now that I've seen It Chapter 2, guys, look forward to my ranking for all 3 It movies. That is coming out as well. Look forward to that. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I will see you in the next review.